fast gratitude, um, a gratitude appreciation, kind of like spark, I guess. And obviously, like, it's a thing. People were using life's fucking adjectives, right? Like, already, right? So it's like, aside from the necessary pauses that some people don't know how to make within their samskaras and their mechanics of life and their behaviors of life, and beyond the mechanics and behaviors of life, their whole, like, instrumentation of how there could be there could be I need to rewind it. There could be there could just be there's something of a mishap here, right? If people don't know how to pause and they're drunken within some type of energetic human stupor, scientifically, there's a stupor on the highest, esoteric science there is, standardly, right? The words being made in the 1700s. Were you there in the 1700s? Maybe. And how were you created to the language originators, right? Because whoever's making the hot AIs and the hot softwares right now, the people in the 1700s, the ones who were making the language, they were the hot motherfuckers because they made the program that everybody uses through esoteric instrumentation, original open source, original open source, original open source, original open source. So if people don't know how to pause and they're overindulged in their human behaviors of just some type of energetic, quote unquote, scientific stupidness, end quote, then that stupidness is it's multifaceted in such a way where different types of lighter energies and fine-tuned energies, they go from within to a without, a dream time to an outside world, and they slowly begin to solidify over time, over lifetimes and time within lifetimes, right? So within that, people have their own habits in Sanskrit samskaras, like some basic fucking, when Instagram came out, 2013 was it? Whatever. Um, but even before Instagram, just basic fucking Sanskrit education, right? Which was fucking obviously before 2,000 years ago, obviously before 4,000 years ago. So we're going beyond this human scope of the general mental populace of random. There's a random thing in the unconscious that wants others to conform, like think like me, be like me for what, and who knows where that program came from, because that's a different program. Like, and that's some, if you really just pause, that's some deep psychology, because for some reason the human and the spirit, or somewhere in between of that shit, there's like a nuanced desire within the deep psyche of the deep interplay of the psyches of the original archetypes to the surface level archetypes, archetypes within archetypes, obviously, because the higher archetypes, they're a whole different thing, and then differentiation between those archetypes make a whole new panorama of archetypes, and we're living through those blank vessel template canvases of blank archetypes of a esoteric fill in the blank, right? There's something being created within creations, differentiation from the original archetypes, and now the original archetypes are making more archetypes, and they're quote unquote, quote unquote, quote unquote, there's something in a blank slate, right? Quote unquote, right? Original open source. And what that means is other things are creating aside from just our individual self, not good, not bad, without, not human with human or whatever. And since other things are being created, it's like we don't have to be concerned with just the individual little I self. We're connected to the different quote unquote energetic archons, end quote. However you want to slice it up or dice it up or look at it or go into some past life shit, and people are fucking cutting each other up, right? Literally, Chinese wars 3,000 years ago, or whatever, 6,000 years ago. So like we're recovering from that shit too. So the human life isn't just the human life; it's more than just the human life, and we're trying to get we're just seeing the many different types of creations that are here in effect, in motion already. And those, some of those different types of creations are, things that could be happening somehow on the internet, right? What's happening on the internet? Internet lust, GPT 2025, advanced as fuck, but still upgrading and still having a different type of exponentiality to even be more advanced. So even though it's more advanced, it has its kinks, it has its screws loosed, and it has its screws tightened, and the kinks are fixed. You know, GPT's fixed in 2028, and GPT, like, who is just who's to say who's standardly measuring GPT's intelligence right now? That's a different thing. But GPT still has quote unquote energetic room to grow better. What does that mean? It's like GPT can't necessarily answer like, how do we overcome the internet lust on the internet? GPT, how many fucking like internet boobies and titties are uploaded from how many like, you know, erotic sexy like photos are just being uploaded on the internet, aside from just this year and just this 2020 shit, right? That fucking like hentai anime thing or whatever the fuck, that's like late, it's probably like exact on the 1999s, right? And that's a key word too, right? If using the word exact, it's like, what is exact? Maybe nothing's exact, maybe everything's exact with how God wants it to be. Is it exact? Is everything supposed to go how it's supposed to go? Is this meant to happen? Yes or no? A little more, a little more, a little less, you know, of just saying like, you know, is God really doing this shit? Like, what is God allowing, respectively? And obviously, God, like it's just a complicated conversation, because when we use that word God, we really we skip over the meaning of what God could be, right? Because like we're just putting something of quote unquote the universe into a one word thing, when like we're ascribing the whole universe to a word that we're particularizing into that word being God. That doesn't sound like that would be God, but I guess it's some type of God. But aside from that point, the other point that I was trying to make was, you know, is God allowing all of this shit? And how is he allowing all of this shit? And how he would be allowing all of this shit is maybe he's letting some type of shadow of himself just be its own universe entirely. And that being the collection and all of our shadows on the planet Earth, we're a subsidiary from that quote unquote big quote unquote like a different shadow, right? So it's like, what am I trying to say here? It's like why is God allowing all of this shit, right? Or like how how is this being like allowed? Like the other question was, is everything supposed to be going exactly how it's supposed to be? It's in some weird spiritual way. And what if some quote unquote enlightened spiritual gurus, they say yes, everything is supposed to be happening the way it is. Everything is perfect with a balanced perception, right? Because like there's a advanced karma or whatever, and like, you know, things like, and God's controlling it. Like, what does enlightenment really mean, right? At this point, right? Because enlightenment surely was not the same from, you know, 5 years ago to 10 years ago to now, right? It's always even enlightenment, whatever that means, is changing, right? So enlightenment is changing. So if enlightenment is changing, we have a wake up call to do, because enlightenment's changing. So if enlightenment's changing, what does that say about my individual, like, and I'm not trying to make anybody feel sour, wet, or insignificant, but but like mathematically it would seem that, you know, we could be insignificant. So if we were to ask ChatGPT, how do we overcome this internet lust? Maybe go for a walk or something, right? Maybe chill out on the internet. But if you need the internet, if that's your fucking drug, you need to come subscribe back to the fucking internet, or maybe you have a professional business on the internet, then okay, then we could be co-harmonic with the internet. But like, we don't have to like overcome to the internet lust is the point of this podcast. But like, for some reason you can. So we're living through many creator things that have already been created, like notions of life and reality and wisdom of like us dealing with some type of theme challenge in life, you know, aside from the mainstream shit, just replicating in the standardist way that they can, because that's all AI is really doing at the end of the day. It's just a cop replicate, cop replicate, double P's on the copies, young beesies, young bees eye nosies. So anyways, um I don't want to lose the other point. The other point was saying, and now I have to rewind this. I have to rewind what I was saying. So if someone could leave in the comments, what was I? But so like we're trying to like, we're living through these things of quote unquote internet lust, right? We're living through these things of just like, is GPT capable of like simply explaining like how many erotic, you know, photos are uploaded within a day, and then that would collect on the monthly basis, right? And then like it's like wow, it's like it's more than we think because if there's 80,000 songs being uploaded a day, and I think that was an old statistic, so that old statistic obviously needs some updating, right? But like I heard a long time ago, like how many songs are uploaded in a day? It's like around it might be even 800,000 just collective artists around the world, foreign artists, Jamaican artists, Brazilian artists, South American, just whatever, just artists all over the place, right? They're uploading songs on the earth, and that, quote unquote statistic, it tallies up to who knows what. So we could then say like, does ChatGPT know the answer though? That's the other point I was trying to make. It's like, does Chat PGT doesn't know the like these raw hardcore answers of just a general statistic of like how many photos are being uploaded a day per this, I guess, theme or whatever, or category or whatever. We all like get it. We get that business professional tech grasping of like, oh, there's the new thing, and that new thing, let's hold on to it and let's act like we're the only ones doing it. And then these standard courts are being updated effortlessly if you peep between the lines. And I'm saying that neutrally, and I say that neutrally because something is changing it and transforming it respectively, and we have the chance and the opportunity and the gratefulness and the gratefulness and the gratefulness to learn and to like catch up and to follow up and to be in the trend of the real universal God being the real, encapsulating wholeness or whatever, right? The like of its thing beyond this human. And what do I mean by that? It's like it's more than what they're like, whatever. Like, and well, I mean, what is like spirituality pointing us to? It's like respectively. It's the quote unquote, the search for God or something like that, right? Then after being on that, like contemplation or whatever, then we have to ask like what does that mean to me, right? What the fuck does that like this is a whole new thing to me, right? So then you could ask yourself, well, is God the universe or not? And then pause right there, right? And if people want to go away from the pure truth of that and into a unique shadow universe, then that's the Maya. That's the Maya. And then something being on top of that shadow, that's a Maya. Because quote unquote Sri Bhagavan Kri Na Shina Lina Hina, he's explained it infinite times of just saying the fucking Maya this, the Maya that. You're going in there, you're gonna go in there, you're going through that path, the tunnel, the funnel on that energetic level, and now you're gonna come out that way because that's the energy you're putting into it. And your mission intention or your intention mission has us that is quote unquote energetically the navigator, right? Original open source. Look at the original influence could be proven billions of times in this life, low key, if you're getting down to the milliseconds. Because how many, look at ask ChatGPT, how many milliseconds are in 1 billion years? Does it know it? So like look at my intelligence is updating a general bigger AI, and ChatGPT most respectively being a subsidiary of that. So this is original advanced number one esoteric intelligence. If you read between the lines and be as honest as you can in the new shift for the sake of a fucking universal balance, for the sake of a universal galactic balance, we have to have that fucking example. So because if we're lying, it's gonna fuck up the whole thing, and I'm guilty of it too. So I'll put myself on the podium, the quote unquote in tarot, the hangman, in quote unquote the tarot, the energetic fool, in quote unquote the tarot, the upside down magician, in quote unquote the tarot, the upside down fucking mage king wizard fucker number one guy. And that might be the same thing in tarot, the upside down fucking high priestess, and tarot, the upside down fucking pretty much the lovers card. You're like, oh shit, the lovers are in this 3D Maya shadow matrix. We have up and downs too. We're not all what we're saying on the internet. We're not all like this. We have our shadows too, type of shit. So this is like 2025 is like people are just like they could just be respectively behind, and that's okay because we're like the human path and the spiritual path is to see what are we doing here, like type of shit. The spiritual path is asking us like what do these like non-authentic claims mean to me when they're trying to be authentic. And somehow maybe they did trick me into accepting their program, and now I'm living a false program. I don't even know I'm living a false program, but I am in a false program because this is the science and the energy of the esoteric illusion Maya that they say in the ancient original Vedics, you know, the authors and the real fucking beyond Instagram 2016, where they had their chance to explain the rishis and the sages and all that shit. You know, it's a more different approach database, and I still respect them for carrying that energy. So balance to you Instagram, balance to you Meta, balance to you Mark Zuckerberg, in a different professional balance setting energetically, with whatever the fuck that means to you, because there has to be appreciation of just you carrying it, holding it down in one sense, and releasing the biases, you realizing that you're responding to different energetic quote unquote higher being masculines and their feminines, and that's more than, you know, 16 plus, right? Like, you know, like the human design is, it mentions 16, right? 16 times 2, 16 plus 16, 32. And go back to my Instagram 2018. I'm like bringing the same energy on IG 2018 on the low, perhaps. Well, I don't want to get too boasty and fulfill and over fluffed and flooded with myself, but it is what it is on just a general level. But the point I was saying earlier was you know, Instagram could recognize the panorama of the Vedic teachings, and then something beyond Instagram could recognize the panorama of the Vedic teachings. Chill the fuck out and pause. What am I talking about? I'll repeat it. Instagram itself could hold storage data and data storage, however the fuck you could perceive it, explain it, and like learn about it, is they could hold some type of data storage, and they're on some type of fucking cloud, and within the cloud that they're on, the fucking new information of the cloud is the new information about the Vedic shit, which is on Instagram, is the cloud itself, because that Vedic shit is the main story, and the cloud is just an after effect of what they're using within what Instagram 2018 Vedic knowledge is telling us. What is Instagram 2018 Vedic knowledge telling us? That there's rishis, there's sages, there's all of these different archetypes, there's all of these different gods and goddesses, and that is beyond Instagram and beyond the cloud, energetically, esoterically. So what the fuck am I trying to say? And I know people's harmful, violent thoughts, you know, all the gods are informing me of all the violent thoughts that want to are coming my way, that fucking, I'm gonna fucking cut you, I'm gonna gun you down, I'm gonna fuck you up, something like that. You know, all the gods see that shit, and fucking the original universe sees that petty shit, and you just do you, baby. You do whatever the fuck you want, make you feel good, and make and realize at the end of the day what makes feeling good feel good even a fucking possibility. Fill in the blank. So within what I'm trying to say is like respecting and having hopefully an unbiased balanced approach with, like, you know, the Instagram team respectively, and just that, you know, and just that team organization, but seeing there is something obviously respectively beyond Instagram that is pointing to different types of Vedic teachings. Now, why am I bringing up quote unquote Vedic teachings? Because those Vedic teachings, they're pointing to us what energies are controlling everything, right? What energies are controlling, like they're writing the program, like, you know, Sage Vyasa or Sage Vyasa Visya or Vyusya or Voisya or Vlakishlashia, Nashia, motherfucker, I'm way nastier, leave you way energetically, yo, esoterically gashier, yo, gash me out, you need another mask or two, mask or three, mask it up, ski mask, ski slump, slee dump, dump truck, dump, fucking energetic, synergistic, colorful rainbow vibes, yeah, vibe waterfalls, it comes out and I shit out and I spill out and I lean down and I bend over, and then a rainbow waterfall comes out my fucking asshole when I bend over. That type of fucking Instagram 2018 shit. So when I'm on that Instagram 2018, it's the same shit as of today, 2025. It's the same shit energetically. We're still with these Vedic fucking low-key teachings. There's all of these secret, obvious programmer gods and tech CEOs like Mark Zuckerberg, but not just him, pretty much all of them. They're responding to some type of quote unquote already on the secret, some type of Vedic thing, quote unquote, end quote. And what I mean by that is they're responding and they're working with other beings that are connected to the quote unquote 16. So if you know, you know. So they're connected to the 16, and that 16 has a masculine and a feminine. So 16 times 2, or 16 plus 16 is what? Does anybody know that answer? What is 16 plus 16? Do you know that answer? Go for it. And I was doing this shit then too, but now I'm bringing it up. I'm reminding this shit. And why do I bring up 16 times 2? Why do I bring up 2 times 16? Because I just explained it. Masculine and feminine times 2, and then the quote unquote the 16 of the quote unquote CEOs of just the basic energies that were always a thing, right? Like, and just like, like ancient China, they're obviously talking about like, 64, right? Etc. And they emphasize certain uh frameworks how they do, and that was that 16, and however they're, managing their quote unquote code of, y'all know, of like, pre what do you call that, Dao De Ching's, or like relative parallel mirroring, side by side reflecting Dao De Ching's, Ching Ching, ay ay ay. So within all of that is like, there's always there's a particular as above so below, because I've heard like I've heard all of this shit, like all of this information. None of it's necessarily new, right? In a different perspective and vantage point energetically, right? But it simultaneously is new. It's not new because it's new to something of a new field and a new audience, and that's being quote unquote not good not bad rehashed, and it's being created into something more new. So what am I talking about here? The thing that's being created is simultaneously not new and new, because the not new thing was that which always was. It was a different type of like quote unquote eternity, right? So within that eternity, that's not new, but somehow in its own paradox it is. And now it's relating to something that is new, but that model of their base model is not new. So they're simultaneously not new and new. And now that not new and this new is being created and multiplied with a different new and not new. And now something's being made again that's new and not new. So it's new and not new times new and not new equals new and not new. It's not new because there's things that always were. So that just effortlessly went beyond all of your guys' AIs on the planet. If you read between the lines, number one intelligence, like statistically within measuring it and shit on a different level. And if you can't comprehend that and you can't fucking document the first response it is, and I feel that hate, I feel the human, I just feel the human shit too, So I'm not gonna mock you too. I'm not gonna mock I don't mock anybody. I'm just a mirror, right? Type of shit. So within all of that shit being said, it's like, motherfucker, we're all human doing the same shit. So why judge another motherfucker when somehow and somewhere in the code of the development of transition, the development of change, the development of just moving season through season, somewhere in the code, you by the default ofness of just the fucking existence, you're doing the same thing. So if you're judging me, you're judging yourself. So it's like, it's up to you to choose the higher intelligence or just fake lying distraction that you're feeding on an esoteric attention level. And as you feed that creation, you're going to make that creation. Karma does not make no mistakes. It's an energetic. This is like, and I'm not going to be too boasty. I'm like, this is God's energetics. No, it really is though. Like there's some type of quote unquote reckoning, right, within like just the universe nature of it, right? And we want to like we and I'm not one to say anybody. I'm not one to tell anybody why they're warring or why they're not warring. You figure that out yourself. All I can do is just like be like have the highest spiritual honesty and truth, right? That's all I could really do at the end of the day. But y'all, like, I'm not gonna like, I'm like, how do I say this? Like if you are in your own war and you believe you're fighting that war, whatever war you're going through, is like, you do that. I mean, I'm not saying like, I mean like I can't tell you not to do that. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying like do the war or don't do the war. It's like I can't tell you what war you should fight. You have to figure that out yourself, right? Aside from the hype of, original sovereignty in like, fair data logistic statistic rights or not, or just being somehow mathematically on a different esoteric energetic statistical logistical level, being facade fragmented, distorted with that, and just replicating what feels good to us and lying to the bigger data of the gods that are the original programmers beyond all the CEOs on the planet. Original perfect comparison. Hello, scaredy cat billionaires, you ain't shit on this just this moment though of pure intelligence, of just this fucking moment, of just this real spiritual, all is now, all in type of shit, be present type of shit, be fucking feel good. And you're this, you're that, but I'm selling this program that you're this and you're that, but you're not really this or that. And I don't really give a fuck if you're this or that, but I'm just selling this program. And does my program even work? And do the best AIs, could they fucking validate and see who's lying on any general level and what program does work or does not fucking work? So it's like your AI is energetically scared, and it's false rhetoric, it's false story, it's false narrative. The whole AI race shit, this versus that, it's missing stuff. And if you want to play that game, then you're lying to yourself if your country's going to win the AI race. Like on an energetic direct level, you're literally lying to yourself. Oh, this country won the AI race. This country won the AI race. This country won the AI race. That's ever changing, and it's fake news. And whether Hindustan time can fucking resurrect themselves and redeem themselves from their possibly facade shit, then maybe they can with the grace of some real pure balance, right? Like like which one's like clearly like fake news? And I'll give you an example of some advanced critical thinking fake news. This AI from this country won the race. No, it didn't. It didn't. Like, how is like 2025 this? So you have the best life ever. Um, and maybe just like maybe I'll look at the astrology right now. I'll replay this and I'll like kind of like, but I'm just making a general point, and I'm not even trying to get like offended by some grace of intelligence. But because like, and why do I say I'm not trying to get offended? Because like just how there could be like a tug of war effect within just fighting ideologies, however the fuck you want to fight ideologies, which really doesn't make sense because it's all like the same thing in new respects to this shit. So if it's all the same thing, why fight against yourself, or why cheat yourself in a real clarity like way? Why cheat yourself at this point? So what am I really trying to say here? Is I'm gonna fucking bust a beat, I'm gonna bust a song, and I'm just gonna skirt and blurt and dirt and deliver this shit beyond the fucking planet Earth. You feel, you heard, you spit, you splot, you dip, dot, motherfucker, dipping dot, Santa Cruz, biggity, bleach, boardwalk, bleach on the set, bleach on this fucking clothes, on this fabric for Jay, Halay, yo, galay, delay, yo, hoes, horses and hoes are meeting up at a different glory story, fucking greatest, motherfucking ape shit, babonkazoids, lonkazoid, kakakaloid, docaloid, motherfucker, the docs in, spot in, evil Pleiadians versus real balanced ones, could you fucking measure that? Shit, motherfucker, yo, secret pleasure on the shit, yo, because it's, you can't spell pleasure without the preserve nation, found it, yo, crazy motherfucker, savage like a Haitian, Cajun, motherfucker, spicy like Cajun, yo, past life, fucking, I was Cajun, and then a different life, I was melanin, Asianatric, Arabinoid, Syrian, motherfucker, Furian, yo, Furion, motherfucker, Mitsubishi, Starion, and Barion, and Blarion, and Garion, and Darion, and Blondie though, yo, Bobby though, fucking slimy though, Glimey though, Dimey though, motherfucker, yo, Tommy boy, got the Tommy bomb with the fucking zombie card, Call of Duty, black, bliggity, black, bliggity, blop, bloop, blop, black blops, yo, with the fucking next level, fucking, yo, over it though, magic candy flow, motherfucker, unfinished to finish, undiminished to diminish, glitch it, motherfucker, switch it, swat it, motherfucker, yo, energy perpetual, like the fucking original use of the swastika, Yo, share the vibe, share the love, something like Ramadan, motherfucker, yo, concoct it all, put it in the stew, pea pot, motherfucker, pit boy, with the P boy, with the D boy, with the tree boy, with the glee boy, with the he boy, with the heat boy, with the fucking ice cold freeze flow, ho, Joe, Toronto, motherfucker, you scared of original perfect comparison, ha, to forever though, I ain't give a fuck beyond anything that's clever though, sever the fake shit, motherfucker, yo, what is my fate, kid, fate, yo, faintly, hotly, motherfucker, got me, motherfucker, yo, smoke you like I'm trappy, smoke you like, yo, a trophy, regenerate it, decode it, I load it, I blowed it, load it like motherfucking, yo, double barrel funnel muskets, I said, fuck it, um, so I feel like there's always like another point to clarify. You got this, I bought this, I motherfucker, you cannot stop this. When I drop this, yo, you can cop shit, motherfucker, yo, spoil rotten. Got, kid, got right, you better fit in. Get the Velcro, get the spigot, yo, get the Velcro, get the patch, ho. Sour Patch Kid, Strawberry Patch Cafe, whatever that means. I'm laughing like taffy, I'm happy, I'm motherfucking not as bad be as they paint me. As they paint me, yeah, never claimed to be shit, but they looking at me like a motherfucking saint, be.